Failure did not arrive in his life as a single moment. It came slowly, day after day, loss after loss. His name was Daniel. From the outside, his life looked normal. A small apartment, an average job, a quiet routine. But inside, he felt like he was sinking. Every dream he once believed in had failed him. The business he invested his savings in collapsed. The promotion he worked years for went to someone else. The people who once encouraged him stopped answering his calls. Failure didn't just take his success, it took his confidence. Every morning, Daniel woke up already tired, not physically, emotionally. He stopped trying new things because he was afraid of failing again. He stopped talking about his dreams because he felt embarrassed. Slowly, he began to believe that maybe failure was his destiny. One night, after another long and disappointing day, Daniel sat alone in his room. The lights were off. The city outside was loud, but inside his mind, there was only silence. He whispered to himself, "Maybe this is it. Maybe this is all my life will ever be." That thought scared him more than failure ever did. Because deep down, he knew something painful. He was not failing anymore. He was quitting. The next morning, something small happened, something that didn't look powerful at all. Daniel missed his bus. Normally, this would have ruined his mood for the entire day, but as he stood there waiting for the next one, he noticed an old man sitting on a bench nearby. The man was smiling, not the forced kind of smile, a peaceful one. Daniel couldn't understand it. Life had taught him that peace comes from success, so why did this man look calm without it? Without thinking, Daniel sat beside him. They didn't speak at first. After a while, the old man said quietly, "I've failed more times than I can count." Daniel looked at him, surprised. The man continued, "I lost my business twice. I lost people I loved. I lost years chasing the wrong things." Daniel asked, "Then how are you still smiling?" The old man smiled even more and said, "Because failure didn't end my story. Giving up almost did." Those words stayed with Daniel the entire day. For the first time in years, he didn't feel motivated. He felt honest. That night, Daniel didn't promise himself success. He didn't promise happiness. He made a smaller promise. "I will try again, even if I fail again." The next weeks were not magical. Nothing suddenly changed. He applied for jobs and got rejected. He worked on skills nobody noticed. Some days he felt like quitting all over again. But something inside him was different. This time, failure didn't feel like proof that he was worthless. It felt like part of the process. He began waking up earlier, not because he was excited, but because discipline was easier than motivation. He stopped comparing his life to others, because comparison only reminded him of what he didn't have. Slowly, very slowly, Daniel changed his relationship with failure. Failure was no longer an enemy, it was a teacher. Months passed. One opportunity finally came. Not a big one, not a perfect one, just a chance. A small role in a struggling company. Low pay, high pressure. The old Daniel would have said no. He would have waited for something better. But this Daniel said yes. He showed up every day. He made mistakes. He fixed them. He failed again, but he didn't stop. People noticed, not because he was the most talented, but because he was the most consistent. 1 year later, Daniel looked back at his life, not with pride, but with respect. He respected the man who didn't quit, the man who stayed when things were uncomfortable, the man who learned that success is not the absence of failure. Success is surviving failure without losing yourself. Daniel never became famous, he never became perfect, but he became strong. And that strength changed everything. Because the real power was never about winning, it was about standing up one more time than you fall. Ending message. Failure is not the opposite of success. Giving up is. If you are still trying, your story is not over yet.